Welcome back to DwreckTV. I'm Dwreck. And finally, we have reached the final stop of the top 10s of Nintendo systems. As we finally get to the current day of the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch, a system that came out literally 8 years ago and is still going on. A system that everybody thought wasn't going to be that good, especially coming off the heels of the Wii U. When the Switch was announced and when it was revealed, everybody thought this thing was incredible. I thought it was pretty cool, and especially with the fact that the system acts as a home console and a handheld. It's a hybrid system that you can play on this TV screen and you can take it with you in handheld mode. And that's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was a very cool concept. Like, to take the console out of the dock, looks like a toaster in a way, and then you could just take it with you on the go. And you could take the controllers off, like so, and you can play with the controller and everything, or you can just play like this. And then you just put them back on, slide them back, and it makes the clicking sound, so that way it's on. And then you just put it like that, and you can also play with a Pro Controller and everything. But what the Switch means to me, the Switch is pretty much, if you ask me, I think the Switch was created because of the Wii U. Because of the Wii U and the situations that it was going through, I think Nintendo put this out just to make up for the Wii U's losses. But I'm not going to get into that right now. What I want to get into is the Switch itself. It came out during a time when I was laid off from my job, and me and my wife, we not really hard times, but it's like we were still pushing along. I started getting jobs through a staffing service and everything, and my wife was just absolutely, you have no idea just how supportive she is, especially during that time. I say by whenever we did get the Switch, I was still like going through the staffing companies and everything. And then I'd say I want to say by at least around November, that's when I started getting a new job. And then the money just started coming back in, and then I started getting back on my feet. But definitely the Switch reminds me of pretty much my entire 30s, basically. From 2017 to now. This was also during the time when I came back to YouTube around June 2017, right before E3. Now, the reason why I came back to YouTube was because I just felt like I had more to offer. I felt like I had like I started getting that spark back, especially seeing some people doing like Let's Play videos and such like that. I was like, you know what? I could do things like that because I got a whole bunch of games. I could totally start doing like Let's Plays and everything. And especially I always wanted to do like a Mario Marathon. So I just thought, you know what? I'm going to give this another chance. I regained control and I regained access to my YouTube channel. And I just started uploading YouTube videos again like it was like I never left. And especially being in the new game room. We've had this house for about 11 years. We was renting from my uncle, and we finally paid it off about a couple years ago, and now I'm a homeowner. And I'll tell you what, being a homeowner, especially having this in this game room for the last 7 years, or more than that, freaking almost 11. It feels like 7 years, but it's really 11. For the last 11 years in this game room has been fantastic. Absolutely. But especially during those days, the Switch had some really cool games. I don't want to talk about a lot of like the stuff that really pissed me off about it, especially like when it comes to remasters, remakes, and ports and everything and crap like that. Because if I be talking about things like that, I'd freaking my blood pressure would probably go through the roof. But I don't want to go through all that. I want to talk about the good stuff in the Switch. me and my wife, we played the Switch a lot. We play a lot of great games. My nieces and nephews, they love it. My cousins, Max and Roy, they love it. Even my parents like this thing. And I think Robert and Duke played this as well. Even though I do speak with them every once in a while, but I think they do have one, and they like it as well. So pretty much everybody that I know really that has a Switch really loves it. So with that all being said, what are DwreckTV's top 10 on the Switch? Well, to be quite honest, I did get a whole bunch of games for the Switch throughout these last 7 years, and a lot of them are great, a lot of them are like, not so much. But before we get to top 10, I gotta list some honorable mentions. There's honorable mentions, it's not gonna be a whole lot, because like I said, like all the rental stores all closed down and everything, so pretty much what you see is what you get, and what you get is what you play. And thankfully, they still have like reviews on YouTube channels and websites and everything so that way you can know what games to get and everything. So that's good in a way. But here's some honorable mentions. Starting off with honorable mention is Mario Kart Deluxe 8. This game, even though I did not want to get this game because I don't want to get like re-releases because like I said, the Switch was just pretty much plagued with like a whole bunch of Wii U ports and remakes and remasters and all that crap and everything. But I really didn't want to get this, but I got it anyway because I knew there wasn't gonna be another Mario Kart, like a real original Mario Kart, until like who knows when. But I wound up getting Mario Kart Deluxe, and I thought the game's pretty cool. It's just like for Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, but they have a whole bunch of like DLCs from there, and they also got a whole bunch of like DLCs that came originally for it and everything. I thought it was pretty cool. But other than that, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, real fun game. I just wish that it was Mario Kart 9. Next, for honorable mentions, my wife got this. Our wife originally had this on the Xbox One. It's Doom. She really had this on the Xbox One, and she absolutely loves Doom. Believe it or not, she loves games like this. And then when it was going to be on the Switch, she immediately traded in for the Switch version, and she absolutely loves it. She plays it at work every once in a while as well. Another one that my wife plays at work is Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Even though this is a remake to the Game Boy version, like I said, I really didn't want to get this, but my wife loved it. So I wind up getting it for her, and she absolutely loves it. She loves the art style to it. She loves the gameplay. She loves the graphics. She just thinks it's so cute and everything. It's like, yeah. And she's also playing Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. So I don't have the cover with me right now because she's playing it right now, but she loves that one as well. And another Zelda game that is honorable mention is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I consider this like the middle point between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but it plays just like Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U, except it's a continuation with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And this was actually pretty fun, even though it gets a little redundant and repetitive with like hacking and slashing and everything, but I really like it. It's pretty cool. Another one that's pretty cool, oh man, I had some fun with this one. That's Mario Maker 2. Just like with Mario Maker on the Wii U, Mario Maker 2, it has pretty much everything from there, except they also add in like the Mario 3D World graphics to it, and I thought it was really cool. And with the addition of all the other things that they have in there, and also having the Koopa Kids in this game, I made my own game with Mario Maker 2. Especially being able to make your own game in it. I made my whole game, and my nephews played it, and they absolutely loved it. I'm gonna have to do a video on that one day. And another one that's an honorable mention, I don't have the physical version of it, but I do have it I did download it on the Switch. Even though I don't really like to download digital games, I like physical, but with this game, what choice did I have? And that is Yooka-Laylee. This game, when I first heard about it, I just thought, I gotta get this. I gotta play this. It was made by the same people that did Banjo-Kazooie and Conker's Bad Fur Day and all the Rare games. It's the same people from Rare. They left Rare and they made their own studio called Playtonic. And when I played this, I thought this was a really fun game. even though the characters ukulele weren't really appealing at first, but after a while, when I played this game, I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Something like this. Even though the characters are, like, I love original characters, I love original video games and everything, but this was definitely a return to form to the type of games that I do like. 3D Roman platforming with collectible items and everything, with cool characters, cool environments, cool music. I absolutely loved the ukulele, but the character models were just kind of, but I like it all. I like it a lot. Turn this off. Oh yeah, and this thing takes forever to turn off. Next up for honorable mentions is Yoshi's Crafted World. This game plays almost like Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U, but Yoshi's Crafted World is very cool. I really like this game. Like it just plays like a lot. It has a lot of like a handcrafted levels, and like just it's one of them games that you just when you play this and you see this, it's like you want to make your own little crafted little worlds and crafted little villages and everything. This game was really fun. I gotta play this again one day. And also, final honorable mention. This should have been on the countdown, but it's Starlink Battle of Atlas. This game plays almost like those Toys Come to Life type games like Skylanders and that Disney Infinite crap. But with Starlink, the reason why I bought this is because it has Star Fox on the Switch version. This is like the closest to a Star Fox game we're ever going to get to the Switch, and it was actually pretty cool. Very huge and very wide open, but I think this game was really cool. I gotta play this game again because I love Star Fox, and this game, like I said, is the closest thing to a Star Fox game we're going to get on the Switch. So, all that being said, let's finally get into DwreckTV's top 10 games for Nintendo Switch.
Sometimes, you gotta switch it up. Out of myself, I got a story to tell.
And now, DwreckTV's top 10 Nintendo Switch games, Maximundum! Number 10!
Number 10, we're going to start off with a banger with this one. When I first saw this, I just immediately thought this was hands down an absolute get. That's Kirby Star Allies. This game, when I first saw it, I just thought, like I said, this is an instant buy. It's just like a return to form with Kirby's Return to Dreamland, except this time you got Kirby and his pals are actually his enemies. And you give the enemies a heart, and they become your friends. And then you just build up your whole squad and everything. You're going around taking out enemies and everything. In this game, you also combine. You can combine like abilities and everything. You can have like flaming swords. You can have you and your friends can just go rolling down the hills and everything. Has a big old boulder and everything. And you can play up to 4 players. And this game was just absolutely fun. The music was great. The controls were great. The environments and the music, like I said, was just absolutely fantastic. And definitely one of the funnest games I played on the Switch. And definitely tough. It starts off easy, but then as you go along in the game, it starts to get really tough and everything. The final boss on it was really very epic. But definitely, Kirby Star Allies, one of the best games on the Switch. If y'all never played that, y'all definitely have to play it because you don't know what you're missing.
Number 9!
Next up, look at top Kirby Star Allies. It's one game that I never thought I'd ever see, and it's something I never expected either. It's Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This game is the kind of game I never thought I'd see in a Kirby game. It's Kirby in a full 3D platforming action game. In this game, you wind up in a deserted city and everything, and he has to find his way out and everything. And in this game, this game's actually really fun. But in this game, you get a whole bunch of new power-ups. You get pretty much like the regular kinds, but also you inhale freaking cars. You inhale freaking caution cones and everything. And this game is just absolutely fun. and the music's great to it. The graphics are absolutely fantastic. For a Kirby game, especially coming out, I think this game came out like 2022, I think. But this game was absolutely fantastic. Definitely the kind of game that you wouldn't expect Kirby to be in, but it actually really fit with him very well. The worlds were fantastic, the music was fantastic, the graphics on it were absolutely stunning. Absolutely a stunning game for Kirby. Y'all ain't never played this, y'all gotta check this out. Kirby in the Forgotten Land, absolutely stunning.
Number 8!
Next. Oh, man. This game right here it amazes me of just how far this series has come. And for this to be one of the latest entry to this is just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing of the things that this game has featured in it. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. When this game was first announced, I just thought, man, if this is just going to be a port of the Wii U version, I'm going to be freaking pissed like you wouldn't believe. But surprisingly, it's not. It was not. Especially when they showed the inklings that were going to be added in it, and when they actually showed it off, how it's going to play and everything, I just thought, thank Lord that this is not a straight up port of the Wii U version. Because when I saw this game, I just thought it was absolutely fascinating, and the characters that they got on this game, they have everybody. They have everybody from the first Smash Bros. On the N64. You got everybody from Melee, Brawl, the Wii U. Every freaking character is in this game, plus more. They also added in characters like Ridley. They added in Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. They got Simon Belmont, Richter Belmont, and even King K. Rool from Donkey Kong's Country. I was like, what the hell is going on here and everything? And then they added more DLC characters. They added characters from Minecraft. They added Joker from Persona. But the biggest character that I really was surprised at, that I never thought it would come out, was Banjo-Kazooie. I would have to say, when Banjo-Kazooie was announced for Smash Bros. Ultimate, I was like, what the fuck? How did the fuck they do that? Like, he looked fucking fantastic. Banjo-Kazooie looked absolutely amazing on the Smash Bros. Ultimate and everything. Like, whoa! How the hell did they do this? But in all seriousness, Smash Bros. Ultimate was an absolute freaking... This was gaming history right here. Not only did you have characters from the Nintendo, but you also had characters prevalent on PlayStation and Microsoft and Xbox. This was everything that I never thought I'd ever see. Because most of the characters that was on this thing, back when I was a teenager, me and my cousin Max would like make up our own stories, because back when Mario 64... Because we was coming up with our own stories and everything, and about half the characters that we came up in that project when we were teenagers are all in this game. That is mind-blowing. That is flabbergasting, man. It's absolutely amazing that the things that they've done to this game. My nephews and my niece, they play this game a lot. For family get-togethers, weekends and everything, they all want me to bring my Switch because I always had the DLC characters, but they all had an absolute blast with this game. This game was just... It's an achievement that I don't think could ever be preceded. Smash Bros. Ultimate was just it.
Number 7!
Metroid Dread. I've rarely, if not ever, played a Metroid game. I've vaguely played Super Metroid. I did get Metroid on the NES from a Retrocon, and I've played Metroid Prime 1 and 2. My cousin Max, he had got this game, and he said this was one of the best games he ever played. So I thought, you know what, I gotta try it out as well. And when I played it, I just thought, this was one of the best games I've ever played. Even though it was like tough, it's very tough. I've never really played much Metroid games. I just thought there was something about this game that just was very intriguing. It's one of those kind of games that you can't play at night, because the sounds and the music, the environment of this game is just amazing. It's freaking amazing. And it's very eerie, and it just makes you feel like you're in a cold room and you just gotta wrap yourself in a blanket while trying to play this game. And then all of a sudden you just start hearing things in the background like, yeah, games like that. Just one of the things that it's an absolutely amazing experience. It's a game that I really gotta play more of, that I should have played more whenever it came out. But definitely I will get back to this game. But definitely Metroid Dread, absolutely one of the best games on the Switch, and probably one of the best games, one of the most engaging and most like captivating games that I've ever played. Metroid Dread. Y'all ain't never played that, y'all gotta play this, because Metroid Dread, it is captivating.
Number 6!
Next up is a game that I never thought I'd ever be made again, ever. And when it came out, I just was this looks absolutely amazing. And about freaking time they made a game like this. And it's Mega Man 11. I was head over heels of joy and doing backflips for joy when this game was announced. Because it's been almost 15 years since they put out a brand new Mega Man game. But Mega Man 11, it was a return to form for him. He looked absolutely amazing. He was not 8-bit or anything. He was full-on 3D. He looked absolutely fantastic. The game was absolutely amazing. And I actually think that they put this game out after the whole debacle with Mighty Number 9. But definitely with this game, it's absolutely incredible. It's a classic Mega Man games to play. You go around, run and gun, take out all the enemies. You fight off the robot masters and you take their abilities, and you go to fight off the other robot masters with their own abilities. And also what's cool with this is the double gear system, where you can power up or slow down time. The gameplay was absolutely fantastic. The music was great. The environments were really cool in this game. The graphics were pretty cool. And it's just what you expect out of a Mega Man game. And I like it like that. But definitely, Mega Man 11, one of the best games I played on the Switch. And it's just what I'm talking about. Full-on sequel, no remaster, no reboot or nothing. It's just going straight forward. I love it.
Number 5!
You want to talk about full-on sequels? I don't have the physical game of it, but I did download it. Even though, like I said, I don't like to download digital games, but at the time, what choice did I have? But definitely, if you want to talk about full-on sequels, no remakes, no remasters or nothing, when this game was announced, I just thought, this looked absolutely fantastic. Absolutely amazing. And that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. When I saw the gameplay of this, I just immediately thought, dude, this looks absolutely amazing. I just immediately fell in love with it, and I just thought I immediately had to get this game. And when I played it, I immediately fell in love with it. You can play as all the turtles, you can play as April O'Neil, and you can play as Splinter. And as a hidden character, you play as Casey Jones. You go through at least 15 worlds, and you go around, you fight the foot soldiers, you fight the Triceratops dudes and everything, all leading up to boss battles with guys like Rocksteady, Bebop, Baxter Stockman, Leatherhead, and many, many more. Even Rat King was in this game, all leading up to the final battle with Krang and Shredder, and even Super Shredder, which I thought was really, really cool. But definitely this game, I just call this game an absolute delight, an instant classic. And much like how it was for the Ninja Turtles 2 arcade game, and even Turtles in Time, this was an amazing sequel, an amazing continuation from those two games. And I'm so glad, I am so glad that it's not a remake or a remaster to any of those games. Like this, I'm so glad this is a full-on sequel, because it's something that you can just go forward with, you know? But the times I've had playing this game, especially with my nephews and everything, having pizza parties, this was just like a return to form to those old days, just going forward with a brand new one. Making brand new memories with a new game. That's really what it's all about. But as the game itself, I absolutely love this game. It has got a story mode to it. It's got arcade. You can go through a survival and everything. And you can play up to play up to 6 characters, and this game is absolutely amazing, especially with the DLC characters with Mona Lisa and Mondo Gecko. Dude, this game was absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. As a longtime Turtle fan, I absolutely love Shredder's Revenge. The music on it was great. The graphics are fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Pixel art and everything. Absolutely love it. All the Turtles in Time and the arcade with Shredder's Revenge is a great continuation to that. An absolute, like I said, fantastic game. But let's put this out the placeholder for it. But yeah, Shredder's Revenge, instant classic.
Number 4!
Well, you know what that means. Number 4, probably one of the best games I played on the Switch. Super Mario Odyssey. When I first saw this game on E3 2017, I just thought this game looked absolutely amazing. The continuations of Mario's adventures was just getting better and better. And the graphics on it were absolutely amazing. The gameplay was great, much like how it was for like Mario 64, Sunshine, and the Galaxy games. But this time you're going all over the world. You gotta fight off Bowser and his cronies, especially these cronies that look like they're real rabbits. I forgot what they're called, but I thought they were pretty cool. And you gotta go to save Princess Peach from getting married from Bowser. And you go through a whole bunch of different locales. You go through a dinosaur world, you go through a forest, you go through the beaches, ice worlds, the city. I thought the city was actually pretty cool because it reminded me of like how Sonic was in Station Square and now Mario's in the city. Like, this is actually pretty cool. And the music in this game was absolutely stunning. Especially the big number with, what's it called? Jump Up Superstar. That song was actually really catchy. And also with the functionality with Cappy and everything. Cappy was actually a pretty cool character. Especially like Mario throws Cappy and he possesses the enemies and he gets around with the enemies and to perform certain tasks and everything. I thought that was actually pretty cool. But the reason why I put Mario Odyssey so low on the list is because as great as the game that this is, it kind of, to me, it felt kind of aimless. Because you gotta go around finding green moons, and trying to find them is like going around aimless around the worlds and everything, and it's like you kind of lose track of what you're doing. To me, that was kind of like a not so much, because I want to know what kind of objectives I'm looking at and everything, and trying to find these moons, like just going around aimlessly, just kind of like didn't really sit well with me. But other than that, Mario Odyssey was an absolutely fantastic game. I highly recommend this game. It was wonderful. The music was great on this. The graphics were fantastic. Absolutely amazing, especially with that dragon. I was like, dude, is this a Mario game? Whoa, this is incredible. And the final battle with Bowser and everything, the final encounter was pretty funny and pretty cool. Very bizarre, but definitely Mario Odyssey. I think that's why they call it Mario Odyssey, because you're traveling around trying to find the green moons. But absolutely, if it wasn't so aimless, I would put this a lot higher. But Mario Odyssey was just a swinging good time.
Number 3!
Number 3. What could top Mario Odyssey? Well, when this game was announced 2 years ago, I just thought this looked absolutely wonderful. Speaking of wonderful, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This game, me and my wife played this, and we just thought this was an amazing game. We absolutely freaking loved it. You can play as 4 characters in this whole game. You can play Mario, you play Luigi, you play Princess Peach, you play Toad, and you play Daisy, and you can play as a Yoshi. The gameplay was absolutely fun. The music was fantastic. I love the music to this game. I love the graphics in this game. It's absolutely fantastic. And just going through the Flower Kingdom, you're not in the Mushroom Kingdom anymore, you're in the Flower Kingdom. And this game was just absolutely fantastic. You meet a character named Prince Florian. I keep getting him mixed up with Kenny Florian. Bowser took over his castle, and it's up to you and your pals to go take Prince Florian and go get his castle back. And the stuff that you go through, especially with this thing called the Wonder Seed, this thing just makes you go freaking, whoa, what the hell's going on here? You feel like a freaking Raul Duke in this game right now. When you get that Wonder Seed, you see some shit that I never thought I'd ever see in a Mario game. Like what is going on here? But in addition to that, the new power-ups they got, Mario could turn into an elephant. He got bubble power-up, and he's also got a drill. I thought those things were really cool. Especially the elephant was kind of like what a freaking elephant. But it was actually pretty cool. But honestly, when me and my wife we played this was absolutely amazing. It was wonderful. It was definitely a fun time, a real fun time, a very fun game. That's exactly what Mario games have always been about. Absolute fun and just bringing people together. And this also came out at the same time as on the Xbox Series X, Sonic Superstars came out. So both these games came out 3 days apart, 2 years ago. And I thought, this was absolutely amazing. This was absolutely super. This is actually freaking super cool that these two games came out at the same time. But definitely, Mario Brothers Wonder. This game was absolutely, it was wonderful!
Wonderful!
Number 2!
Number 2. Actually, I'll put number 2 and number 1 at a tie. But I'm going to go with this one first. This game right here, me and my wife just had an absolute blast with this. Actually, with both of them. But I'm going to start with this one first. And it was also the very first game I got with the Switch. Day one. From day one with the Switch, we played this. And that is one of the best games that we've ever played. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. When I heard that this game was going to be a more open world Zelda game, I just knew that this was going to be an instant hit. I just knew that this game was going to be bigger than any Zelda game that we ever played. Bigger than Skyward Sword, bigger than Twilight Princess, bigger than Ocarina of Time. And they delivered on all categories. From the moment you wake up in the Shrine of Resurrection to when you're going outside and just seeing the vast world, you knew that you were in for something epic. Me and my wife, we played this for months. It took us almost 5 months to beat this game. Between me and her, she would take it to work with her, and we would just go back and forth and try to find out where everything was. Meeting all the characters, going to all of the different locations and such. Trying to get to one point to another in this game, it's like almost 20-something minutes. Like, you lose track easy in this game. You're trying to get to one spot, then all of a sudden you're like kind of veering off to something else, and it's like this was one of them games that is hard for like people with ADHD or like attention deficits and everything, because this game is just so freaking huge. Even me and my cousin Max go back and forth on this thing, like this game is way too big to be a Zelda game. And my wife, she said this was one of the best games she ever played. And she loves games like this. Like I said, she loves like elves and everything, and she likes games like Fable and everything, but Breath of the Wild, she said this was one of the best games she ever played. Between me and her, we beat this game within like 5 months, and she was also the one that found the Master Sword through the Lost Woods. She absolutely loved it. And the characters, my wife absolutely loves them. She loves Zelda, she loves Link, she loves all the other like the champions and such. I like Mipha because she's just adorable. And fighting Calamity Ganon and such and trying to get the castle back and everything was just absolutely amazing. And also, we also got back and forth of like joking like how we always quote from Robin Hood Men in Tights with this game. Like just everything, it fits perfectly. The stuff that we came up with from Robin Hood Men in Tights with Breath of the Wild was just, it's funny between me and my wife. We just go back and forth saying like quotes from the movie, mix it in with Breath of the Wild. It's freaking hilarious. But absolutely, Breath of the Wild, one of the best games I've ever played. One of the best games she played. And definitely in the top tier of the Switch games. But what could have possibly topped it?
And now, number one!
Just when you thought Breath of the Wild was one of the biggest games in a Legend of Zelda game, what could have possibly topped it? Well, this should be no surprise to everybody. And that is probably the best number one game on the Switch between me and my wife. That's to no surprise. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Just when you thought Breath of the Wild was the biggest, most amazing Legend of Zelda game you ever played, Tears of the Kingdom came out and said, hold my beer. The game plays very much like Breath of the Wild, but with a whole new twist. You go through the sky, and you can craft weapons, you can craft vehicles, you can do pretty much anything in this game. It's absolutely mind-blowing of the things that they can do in this game. And between the scope of the land of Hyrule, the sky, and even underground, this game was freaking huge. Like, absolutely mind-blowing huge of just how much that they can put into this game. And I'm so glad that they didn't put no DLCs, because it does get kind of like off-turning when games put out DLCs. But Tears of the Kingdom, nope. When they say this is the game, this is what you get, deal with it. And I absolutely love that. Tears of the Kingdom was absolutely a masterpiece. Both games, both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, are absolute masterpieces. And this was on the Switch? Like, dude, if y'all ain't never played these games, y'all do not know what y'all missing. Y'all get both these games, because these are just absolute masterpieces. You cannot live without playing these games, or even beating them. This one, it took me and my wife about 3 months to beat. Because we was going back and forth. She would take it to work, and we would play at night and everything, and she would take it to work so she can round up like some foods and try to get try to upgrade the clothes and everything, and try to update the armors and everything. But definitely between this and Breath of the Wild, me and my wife just have an absolute blast with it. And I can't play this game without her. This is absolutely great. But definitely, Tears of the Kingdom, just like with Breath of the Wild, absolute masterpiece, and definitely worthy of being number one on the Switch. So there you have it. DwreckTV's top 10 Switch games, all right here. Whew. Finally, done talking with top 10s on all. I went through all these Nintendo systems. Oh man. But definitely going through these last 7 weeks, finally leading up to the Switch and everything, it's just been a journey. And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all felt this journey as well. Like, very nostalgic and very trying to probably get y'all into like buying the old systems again. And good recommendations for them as well. But definitely the Switch is a fantastic system. Despite not having too many games on it, but the games that I do have, it's absolutely amazing. Everything from the Zelda games, everything from the Mario games, Ninja Turtles, and all the others like the Starlink and the Yoshi and Mega Man, Metroid, the 2 Kirby games. The Switch, you can't go wrong with it. But yeah, that's the Switch for you. But in closing, the Switch is and was a great system. A great system from Nintendo. And had a lot of amazing games. And I had a lot of amazing times with it. With everybody. With my wife. With my nephews. With my relatives. And even my friends. This system's going to go down as one of the best ever. And what, like I said, the Switch means to me, it reminds me throughout my entire 30s, going from like being laid off from my job, and then finally getting a new job, the job that I'm working at now, getting back on my feet and everything and all that good stuff, and then just watching all of my nephews and nieces all grow up to be teenagers and becoming young adults and such. And then also me coming back to YouTube, which I didn't think that was going to be possible, but I wanted coming back. And also, I was gone for like a couple of years from like 2020 and 2021. That's because I was working nights and trying to do a video was like dang near impossible, but I want to come back and also becoming part of Pro Wrestling 225, so that's always fun. But definitely, the Switch era is definitely going to be looked back on as an incredible time. As far as the Switch 2 goes, we're definitely getting it. We're going to be pre-ordering it day one, and it's going to be, I know it's going to be a good system, and not so much on the name, like I said before, not so much on the name Switch 2 and everything. Well, hey.
Hey, babe.
What's up?
I didn't want to interrupt, but are you ready to go eat?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready. Are you?
Yes.
That is true. It's Valentine's, everybody. Yeah. Isn't she beautiful?
Oh my god.
All right, well, you almost ready?
Yes. Waiting on you.
Well, don't worry. All I gotta do is just change. All right, ready?
Yep.
All right,
Let's go.
let's go. This is Dwreck signing out. See you on the flip side. So, where you going? Stella, what are you doing up there? Please come down from there. You twit.
DwreckTV. Hi guys, hit the notification bell and the like button. Yeah.